Hey everyone, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. It's Black Friday, so we have all kinds of Black Friday specials at our regular super low prices. That's pretty funny, huh? Anyways, we're back on the Prepared Mind. Guess what? Our good buddies at YouTube, guess what they decided? They decided that I didn't violate their terms of service, their community guidelines, that we're all very good people. In fact, they're going to send everyone a plaque in the mail and an apology letter saying they're assholes. And they'll never do that again. Well, don't hold your breath on that, but it is Black Friday. So we recommend getting prepared. Get over to the thepreparedmind.club where you can get all your prepping supplies, as well as water. And if you're drinking the water that comes out of your tap, I think you're making a mistake. That stuff can be nasty. So get yourself a Backkkk water filter or go find an Alexa Pro or something. Filter your water before you drink it, folks. There's some problems out there. We'll talk more about that in a bit. First, these quick commercial messages and then right back to the program. I like doing the TV announcer voice. All right, everyone, we're back. And yes, we really are. We had a strike removed. They tried giving us one because I talked about what a recognized authority figure said about their healthcare crisis. And it actually supports, if you were to read it, it actually, that's what they want to tell you. They want to scare the ever-loving piss out of you, and they want to tell you what to do. So I don't know why they thought they'd give me a strike. They took it back, but here we are, folks. And I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I hope your bellies are full of cranberry sauce and potatoes and turkey or whatever it is you're eating out there. Who knows? But what I do want to tell you is I want to share with you some beautiful news that came out of DC. That's right, the District of Criminals up there in Washington. The public school system there sent an email to families. Oh yeah, wishing them a terrific Thanksgiving. Be sure to give people their tests. Be sure and test them before you allow them in your home. Give them that rapid test. Be sure and infect them really good before letting them into your house. And that also you should decolonize your Thanksgiving dinner. That's right, folks. Decolonize. I wonder if you heard about this. Well, the reason is because Thanksgiving can be, quote, difficult for many. The idea of celebrating the cooperation between peoples and having a feast, it can be difficult, I guess. Here's what they wrote, quote, Thanksgiving is a day that can be difficult for many to celebrate as we reflect on the history of the holiday and the horrors inflicted on our indigenous populations. Wow. So their equity team has shared resources that you can consider for decolonizing your Thanksgiving. I don't know. I mean, what do you do? How do you decolonize it? Do you tell everyone to stop washing with soap so you smell like you live in the woods? I mean, do you throw your clothes away and then go buy some buckskin, breeches or do we actually live pretty good? All of us, whether you are Native American or African American or Hispanic American or whatever American. White American, European American. Yeah, we're pretty comfortable in our clothes and our homes, and we like good, clean food. We even celebrate Thanksgiving with the indigenous Pacific Islander peoples. That's right, folks. If you have any pineapple on the table, like with your ham, or if you have those awesome Hawaiian sweet rolls. I mean, were there Hawaiians sending sweet rolls over to the Pilgrims in 1492? I don't think so. No, they didn't. So everyone can get involved, and I think it's less colonized and more multicultural than ever. But still, we need to take we need to point out the horrors. Never mind that the indigenous peoples fought wars with each other. fell upon each other in warlike fashion and killed each other as well. Let's not think about that, right? Let's pretend like everyone got along over here and they used to skip through the daisies and the posies and the pansies, and that they all held hands, and at worst, they may have thrown Skittles at each other. Crazy stuff. Anyways, welcome back to the office, folks. We're doing business. I'm doing what I always do here on a Good Friday. Oh yeah, Black Friday, be sure and get your preps, folks. Things are kind of weird, but I wanted to keep going with our government and how it likes to offer us help. It's there to help us, folks. The FBI, that's right, folks, the Federal Bureau of Investigation wanted you to know that there are not good people in the world. So they kind of made a little cute thing by posting a January 6th protester. And it said, "See this smiling face at your table tonight? The FBI continues to seek tips about those involved in the violence at the U.S. Capitol." That's right, folks. Let's demonize peaceful protesters. You remember this, folks. 4 Trump supporters were killed. 1 female, right, Ashley Babbitt, another female, Roseanne Boyland. 2 middle-aged Trump supporters died when Capitol Police fired flash grenades and smoke bombs. No fires were started, unlike Antifa and BLM. No artwork was damaged, unlike Antifa and BLM. No statues were damaged, unlike Antifa and BLM. And there was no graffiti, unlike Antifa and BLM. Hundreds of protesters were given permission to enter the building. And in 2020 and 2021, during any and all riots that were attended by Antifa, BLM, and Black Bloc, they were never invited to set fire, burn, or loot any stores. So, wow. Thank you, FBI. Right? None of those people, out of the 631 that were arrested, none of them have been charged with insurrection. Isn't that amazing, folks? However, right, America has been raided and traumatized by the FBI. And the mainstream media continues to call this an insurrection, while Democrats, elected congressional Democrats, call this the worst attack since Pearl Harbor. Once again, convicted felons are mowing over innocent children and sweet little old ladies dancing in parades. No one from the 2020 riots were charged with insurrection. And the FBI wants to make fun of Trump supporters on Thanksgiving. You bet, folks. That is the American Stasi Gestapo of today. Are you prepared? Do you realize what's going on? Well, I know a lot of you are, and I'm glad you are. And I'm glad you're here, and I'm very pleased that you're supporting what it is we're doing here at the Prepared Mind Network. And I also want to talk about one more thing, folks. The whole world is finally starting to fight back in such a way because they see that this is a giant lie. Now, we've talked about the Italians, we've talked about the French, we've talked about the Germans, we've talked about the Dutch, we've talked about the English, we've talked about the Spanish. Have I talked about the Portuguese? I think I've mentioned the Portuguese. People in America are protesting. But get this, out in those lovely Pacific Islands, which I mentioned earlier, which are indigenously populated by the Polynesians, Micronesians, and Melanesians. They are starting to say we've had enough of this garbage. And I mentioned the nation states of, is it Guadalupe and another one down in the Caribbean. Let me get that for you. We got 2 French Caribbean islands that are now violently, physically protesting. And I think this is strange because islanders are some of the most chilled, laid-back people I've ever met in my life. They are cool. I love me some islanders. And yeah, they've had it. They've had enough. So, Martinique. Thanks, John. Yes, the people of Martinique, the people of Guadalupe, they've had enough of the French lockdown, cerveza bug rules and madness, and they're starting to fight back. And I thought, okay, islanders are chill. They got it good, right? You just walk down the road, pick a banana off a tree. Walk down the road, pick a mango. Walk down the road, pick an avocado. You know, it's pretty much easy pickings. Well, they've had enough of this shit. People, folks, no matter how easy life is for them, no matter how mellow and laid back, they don't like being locked up. They don't like being told no like their 5-year-old children all the time. They don't like people, right? Whether they're the president or the president of the homeowners association, riding their asses all the time as if they know better. But folks, that is the attitude. It's the prevailing attitude of authoritarian Karens out there. So yeah, I mean, we don't have Emmanuel Macron leaving Paris, flying down to Martinique and flying down to Guadeloupe. These are beautiful Caribbean islands, by the way. He's not flying down there and telling them. It's the local. The locals are enforcing this and trying to on themselves. Well, if you head out to the Solomon Islands, for those of you who aren't aware of the Solomon Islands, that's where Guadalcanal is. So it's in the southern hemisphere in the Pacific Ocean, way down there. And they're pretty chill. I mean, they're far away from everyone, but they couldn't get away from Cerveza bug. Now, I've checked in with a lot of my Islander friends because, folks, I know people from around the world. It's pretty interesting how a guy like me can do that. Well, I did it. I know them, and they're like, you know, they're very relaxed. It's very much a respect your elders type of culture. And the elders typically get elected to government positions. But who really wants to be in charge? Once again, activist Karens. And the same is true for island populations. And so they've got all these Karens in charge of their islands, telling them what to do. And they've had enough. They've had enough. They are now, there's now chaos and rioting breaking out because they've had it with this shit. It is coming, folks. It's not going to get better. It's not going to get better until it gets a lot worse because the people in charge, they have an agenda. And the agenda must be fulfilled. The agenda must be fulfilled. They will not quit. They will not give up. They will not go away. And I'm going to talk about that more in the next broadcast when we do the weekend Q&A with you guys. I've got it all right here. It's all just lined up all the way down the line, just shit story after shit story. But before I go with this episode, what I'd like you to do is, once again, share these videos with others. There are literally, folks, millions of people out there who know something's not right. There are millions of Americans alone that know something's wrong and they need to get prepared. They need to get some advice. They need to hear from something other than that jackass on CNN or that jackass on ABC. And they truly are jackasses, folks, braying into the wind. And they only get one side of the story. Remember, my side of the story, your side of the story, it is held down. It is hidden away. So we need to help make it known. And that is why we are the Prepared Mind Network. We're not a network of satellites and a network of stations. We're a network of people. Once again, folks, people are coming together. They're uniting under the cause of liberty and freedom. And that is a good thing. And you can help that grow, increase. I mean, we've had a lot of people say, oh, there's not enough people to resist. Well, we all do our part. Share these videos with others. Share. That is the best way, folks, the best way. And I also want to tell you, drink your Jim Jones juice, right? Chance favors the prepared mind, folks. Is yours. Semper Fi, Godspeed. Hey, folks, at the Prepared Mind channel, we take your health very seriously. That's why we recommend the Jim Jones juice. That's right, the Jim Jones juice. Get yourself a can today.
Just the friendly homes of America are always prepared for hospitality. Not only on Thanksgiving Day, but every day all the year around, no matter who comes to call or who happens to drop in.
There's nothing like hitting the Jim Jones juice, laying one down, and feeling that stuff enter your bloodstream. Oh.
Did Bill leave his pop and candy only half eaten? No, sir.
Oh, heart attack! Defibrillator! Clot! Don't forget, call an ambulance when you get your Jim Jones juice, because it's that good. Oh.